Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to Sufi Voice. How can I help you?
Sir, I have to apply for a job interview and would request you to give me inputs to prepare a perfect resume or CV. I am very much confused and I don't want to miss the job opportunity.
Don't worry, preparing a resume or CV is not very difficult. I will definitely help you out to prepare one. Before getting into the process of preparing a resume or CV, so let us try to understand what CV means. CV stands for Curriculum Vitae, and this format is very common in US, Australia and Canada. Especially CV will be used for academic purposes. With the passage of time, both are being used in the companies for hiring purpose. So depending upon the purpose, you can prepare either a resume or CV. Now before getting into the process of preparing a resume or CV, let us try to understand a question. Why at all do we need to prepare a resume or CV? Now, one thing we have to understand here is whenever there is a job advertisement, first thing they will ask you to do is forward or send your resume. Now, will not be physically present there to convince the person who is going to hire you. So in this case, resume is the one which will speak on your behalf. If your resume or CV is not properly formatted, it's not done in a professional way, then chances of getting an interview call will be almost zero. So in this aspect, taking utmost care is very important when preparing a resume, because a good resume will ensure an interview call. Now let us have very clear understanding of a resume. Let us take the different sections of a resume or CV and try to get a very clear understanding of each section. So we'll start with the first section, that is contact information. In this section, you will write your name, your contact numbers, email ID, and address. Always take care that your email ID should look professional. Avoid words like sweetie or James Bond. It should be more professional, and it's good practice to place the contact information on the right side of your resume. If you put it on left side, there is a risk that at times if your resume is filed, they will have difficulty to note your details. So once contact information first section is very clear, we'll move on with the next section of the resume. In the next section of the resume, you will write summary or objective. The summary or objective section of the resume highlights your essential skill set. What are you really good at? How many years of experience you have? Or indirectly tries to convince the employer that you have the right skill sets and you are the right person for the job. So take time to frame the sentences and to write the summary sentences, summary or objective of the resume in such a way that you are convincing the employer that you are the right person for the job. The third section of resume is a work experience. Now you may ask, what about a fresher or someone who has no work experience? In such case, in the place of work experience, they can include achievements. The next point here is how to write work experience. Now, this work experience should be written always from the present job to the previous one. Means in a reverse chronology. Never write your work experience starting from the first job to the present job. On the other hand, it should be opposite of it. It should go from the present job to the first job. Okay, so keep this in mind. Always write your work experience from the present job to the previous one and never from the first job to the present job. Right, and if it is in case of achievements, when you are writing achievements, take care that these achievements are related to you and they are quite acceptable. Okay, they should be realistic. Next, let us move on to educational qualifications. The next session is educational qualifications. Now, educational qualification should also be in the reverse chronology, means from the latest qualification to uh, the past. Like, say someone has done his post graduation, so he will talk about post graduation, graduation, then his high school, then schooling. It should be never from schooling to graduation. Now, once we are done with education section, given the details of your education section, the next part is skills. So here you can talk about the additional skills that you possess. Okay, apart from your academics, what are the other things you are professionally good at? This section may include certifications, internships, anything that adds to your personality. And after that, we can say an optional section where this is not essential, but giving details is also fine. You can include details like languages, okay, languages known, your publications or hobbies. These are not basically needed, but no harm done if you are presenting them in a professional way. So let me sum up once again. Your first section of your resume should be contact information. Second one should be summary or objective. Third one is work experience. Fourth, educational qualifications. Fifth, skills. Seventh, occupational sections like languages, publications, or hobbies. And take care that there are no spelling mistakes anywhere in your resume and it is formatted in a good way. Now that you have learned how to prepare a resume or CV, take some time to reflect on your skill set first, then draft a resume or CV and get the copy corrected by a language expert for spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes. So, with this, we come to an end of the session. Hope things are very clear and you have learned how to prepare a resume.
Thank you very much, sir.